What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you guys a review of the Off-White collaboration with Nike on the Blazer Low 77 in this white and red colorway. Today's video is brought to you by SoleSavvy. SoleSavvy is a membership-based community of like-minded, passionate sneakerheads. And within SoleSavvy, they give you the tools, the information, and the resources you need to be able to buy the shoes that you want for retail. So I've been a member of SoleSavvy pretty much since they began a few years ago. And the thing I love most about being a member is it gives me that one-stop shop so I know exactly what's releasing, where and when. And as part of SoleSavvy, they give you a ton of member perks as well. For example, there's website monitors and add to cart links. They give you training sessions for big sneaker releases. There's a member-only store where they sell shoes only for retail price. And most recently, they introduced something called SoleSavvy Assist, which is a Chrome plugin where it autofills your information, your credit card, all that stuff. So all that's left for you to do is click buy now. So if you guys are interested in learning more and potentially becoming a member of SoleSavvy, be sure to check out that link down below. So this in my hand is the Off-White Nike Blazer Low, which is the first sneaker to release under the Off-White Nike umbrella following Virgil Abloh's untimely death late last year. These released today, Friday, April 8th, for a price of $140 US or $180 here in Canada. And alongside this white and red colorway, they also dropped a black and green colorway as well. So the official colorway for this pair is white and university red. And as far as Off-White Nike collaborations go, honestly the resale price for both this one and the black pair is not going for much at all. So if you struck out on these on the retail level and you're looking to add an Off-White Nike shoe in your collection, then this might be a solid choice. So first off, here's a quick look at the box. This comes in this natural colored brown cardboard box. We have this large Nike swoosh on top in black, and then throughout the box we have these circular punch outs, which is something we've seen before in past Nike Off-White releases. And then on the back side of the box, we have Off-White branding printed on in this green colored finish. As for the shoe itself, in its core, this is the Nike Blazer Low silhouette, but as usual with all Off-White collaborations, it's been reinvented and reinterpreted to give it that very unique Off-White aesthetic. So the upper of the shoe for the most part is constructed out of this white colored leather. This leather to the touch feels pretty decent. It's definitely above average, but I wouldn't say that it's really good. On the lateral side of the toe box, we have this circular punch out, and unlike other Nike releases where there's holes in the shoe, there's actually no plastic film or any other layer in between, so this is definitely not a shoe you're going to want to wear in wet weather. Moving downwards, we have more of that white leather which covers the eyelets of the shoe as well, and we have the semicircle punch out found on the bottom of the lateral side. Overlaid on the mid panel of both sides of the shoe, we have this red leather swoosh, and there's another circular punch out right above it. On the edge of the swoosh, we have this small blue colored tab, and this red leather covers the back heel of the shoe as well, and embossed in the center, we have the Nike word mark. And beneath this on the lateral side, we have this large circular punch out. Taking a look at the medial side, so on the upper portion of the shoe, right before the eye stays, we have another semicircle punch out, and printed on the swoosh, we have that signature Off-White text, which reads Off-White for Nike, Nike Blazer Low, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, circa 1977. Wrapping around the bottom of the shoe right before the midsole, we have this taping of canvas, which is done in this khaki colored finish. And then as we turn our attention to the laces, so these have two sets of laces on one shoe. So we have these flat white laces with shoelaces branding pressed on in black. And then overlaid on top of this, we have another set of yellow colored rope laces, which intertwine through these lace loops, which crisscross across the body of the sneaker. Underneath this, we have this retro looking nylon tongue, and on the top the tag here has Nike and Off-White branding. And you'll notice that the tongue itself, it also has these circular cutouts on the edges, and adding to the whole vintage look of the sneaker, it also exposes the foam layer from within. And another thing to note is the back side of the tongue. This is actually covered in a layer of white colored leather, which gives the shoe a bit more of a premium feel. Hanging off the shoe, this would not be an Off-White Nike release if it didn't have that signature zip tie. So in this case, the zip tie is done in white, and it's actually covered in this layer of felt. Moving on to the insoles, these come with their standard foam lined insole. It's lined in this white colored textile on top, and we have these Off-White logos pressed on the heel in black. So the upper of the Blazer Low sits atop this rubber cupsole, which is done in a very textured finish and painted in this distressed and vintage looking color. Definitely the most radical departure from your classic Blazer look is found on the back heel. So we have this TPU overlay, which is done in a combination of black, blue, and yellow. And this is supposed to be inspired by the look of the midsole of the Air Terra Humara. And this TPU overlay is actually very stiff, and it comes to a point at the edge, so you definitely don't want to be kicking anyone with these. Flipping the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your classic Blazer outsole. So we have this herringbone style traction pattern that runs from heel to toe, and this is entirely done in this cream or off-white colored rubber. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these off-white Blazer lows. And in terms of sizing, these fit like any of your other Blazers, so they fit true to size in a narrow way. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 10, and they fit me fine lengthwise, but they are a little bit snug widthwise. So whatever size you normally wear for the Blazer, I'd stick with that same size. But if you haven't worn a Blazer before, for narrow footers or normal footers, true to size should be fine. But for wide footers, either avoid this shoe altogether or go up half a size if you don't mind the extra length. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so the Blazer unfortunately isn't that comfortable of a sneaker. This is a sneaker from the 1970s and there's pretty much zero tech within the shoe. So it feels very stable and low to the ground, but there's not too much from a step-in comfort and cushioning standpoint. However, if you like a very minimalistic retro style sneaker, then this shoe will also feel fine to you. But if you're expecting something very well cushioned, then you'll probably be disappointed. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship, so honestly, the material quality was pretty good. Like I said from the start, it wasn't amazing, but it's definitely a step up from average. And I thought the leathers definitely had a decent feel to it in hand. And similarly, from an overall build and craftsmanship standpoint, I thought this was a pretty solid, well-built shoe. I didn't notice any major flaws at all with my pair, so I gotta say it was a pretty good job from Nike. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these Blazers on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. It seems to me that the consensus from the general sneaker community is that they're not really feeling this release. And while I don't think this is terrible, it's definitely not Off-White and Nike's best work. I think the inclusion of this TPU heel clip is just really radical and really strange. It almost seems like they're trying to do too much for the sake of just doing something. But I'm not a designer and I don't have that eye, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. With all that said though, I don't think these look bad on feet at all. I think with the proper fit, this would be a great summer shoe. It just might be a little bit too strange for the general sneaker community. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Off-White Nike Blazer Low in this white and red colorway. Between this one and the black pair, which of the two do you guys prefer? And for anyone watching, were you guys able to grab these? Did you pass or take an L? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram as well at esgo8. Check me out on Twitter at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and I'll catch you guys all in my next one.